Hey guys, Blake and I thought it'd be nice for you guys to get to know us a little bit better, so today I'm going to tell you 50 random facts about me. So 50 random facts about me. I'm not really sure how this is going to go or where it's going to end up, but I'm just going to kind of ramble and see what comes to mind after first random fact. So starting off, I grew up in Erie, Pennsylvania. I had a pet dog growing up named Bogey. He was a Bichon Frise. I played hockey since I was 4 years old. I have rode BMX bikes since I was probably 6 or 7. I used to race BMX. I went to a Catholic private school from kindergarten till the end of high school. Then after high school I moved to Los Angeles, where I am now, and I've been here for about 10 years. I really hate white condiments, so ranch, mayonnaise, sour cream, kind of not my thing. I do have a weird love for things from Pennsylvania, so Heinz ketchup, if we're talking condiments, is kind of my thing. I moved to Los Angeles to go to film school for college. I went to Long Beach State, graduated with a film degree. I worked for Discovery Channel for 3 years after graduating, and then I started a clothing company called Allison Mason, hence my Instagram name. I actually didn't drink alcohol until I was 22 years old. Coolest celebrity I ever met was probably Chris Pratt. Even though I do it a lot, I have an irrational fear of flying, so every time I get in a plane, I'm very nervous. So if you ever see me on a plane, buy me a drink, please. My biggest pet peeve is when people say they're gonna do things and then they don't follow through. Just don't tell me you're gonna do it if you're not gonna do it. I was actually voted best dressed in high school, which is funny when you're from a small town in Pennsylvania, what best dressed actually looks like. But that kind of put a notion in my head, I think, probably to start doing what I do today, so probably a good thing. Whew, this is taking a long time. Don't forget to like this video. Speaking of high school, also I was homecoming king. When I graduated high school, I actually wanted to be a potter, so I wanted to major in ceramics and make pottery for the rest of my life. Thank you, Mom, for pushing me in different directions. Though, it's still a fun hobby of mine. I used to be a huge sneakerhead. I probably used to have a collection of over 100 pairs of Nike sneakers that just sat in boxes and didn't get worn. I've recently sold most of those, sadly, but my closet has a lot more space in it for other things now. I actually have 2 sisters, Lisa and Jolene. I'm definitely a night person over a morning person. I will rather stay up till 4 in the morning and wake up at 1 than go to bed at 9 and wake up at 6 or 7. Just can't do it. I really enjoy cooking. Probably my favorite thing to cook is risotto, but if I'm having a party, I would say probably throwing a barbecue would be my favorite thing. You know, lots of smoked meats, cornbread, mac and cheese, everything that's awful for you, but when you have friends and family over, it's always a good time. Even though I do travel so much, I always tend to overpack. No matter how long the trip is, how short the trip is, I'm always bringing way too much stuff. When I was little, I was unreally obsessed with Scooby-Doo. I think I had this VHS tape called Scooby-Doo and the Boo Brothers, and I watched that thing until the tape literally ran out and was just like completely static. I actually have 2 tattoos. One tattoo is actually a matching tattoo with my mom, and then another tattoo is a little matchstick on my ankle that I have with 10 of my other best friends. My favorite place I've ever traveled has to be Monaco. It's just insanely beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go. The food is great, the views are awesome. It's just kind of like a surreal experience, I would say. My favorite season has to be fall, just because you get to layer up, but it's not too cold yet, even though living in LA, you don't get much more than summer and spring, maybe a little bit when it rains. But growing up in the East Coast, fall, you know, seeing the leaves change, it was always one of my favorite seasons. I've watched pretty much every episode there was of Gossip Girl. I'm gonna say it's for the fashion thing, but I was just kind of into it. Also kind of a sucker for romantic comedies, so yeah, When I was younger, I really couldn't talk on the phone and I hated talking to people I didn't know, which is funny because now I have a YouTube channel where I talk to people that I don't know all the time. But yeah, I literally couldn't order pizza because it made me too anxious and nervous. The last movie I saw in theaters was Star Wars, and I loved it. I will say that I am a sucker for horror movies, but I do think that it is really, really hard to make a good horror film, and I wish someone would do it. Probably The Conjuring had to have been the scariest movie I've seen. If you have suggestions for scarier movies, please comment them below, because I would like to watch them and actually be scared once. Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror, always puts me in a good mood. No matter what time of day or when I hear it, you always listen to that full song, for sure. The first CD I ever got, I think, was the Free Willy soundtrack. I don't know if that counts. So the first actual album I got was definitely Ace of Base, The Sign. Yeah. I definitely like all types of music, but I definitely have a soft spot for hardcore and punk rock. Mostly because I was a hardcore punk rock kid growing up, and most people don't really understand the music or get and just think it's kind of all screaming and yelling, which sometimes it is, but if you get it, you get it. I definitely like to watch sports. Probably my two favorite sports to watch would definitely have to be football and hockey, and my two favorite sports teams would have to be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Being from Erie, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh's only about an hour away, so the best dish I ever had at a restaurant probably would have to be Parmesan crusted filet mignon from a Brazilian steakhouse in Cleveland. If I do eat fast food, I'm going to Carl's Jr. Maybe Taco Bell, but Carl's Jr. is the first choice. Favorite car? Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. Favorite car, for sure. I'm kind of like a daredevil when it comes to extreme sports and whatnot, so basically if there's a cliff to jump off of, I will probably jump off of it, and if some of my friends are with me, I will probably do a backflip off of it as well. I've recently just started playing golf, and it is the most frustrating sport on earth, so any golf tips, or if you ever want to play golf with me, hit me up. My favorite fashion designer, Tom Ford. My favorite fashion house, Burberry. My favorite cologne, Burberry Touch. Best thing to do on a hot summer day, go to the beach, play beach volleyball with your friends, and barbecue all day long. Hands down, the best summer day. I love spicy food. If you couldn't tell by our scrambled eggs video, I put a ton of hot sauce on everything. Hot sauce of choice is definitely Cholula, but she is so expensive, so Tapatio has to do. So that pretty much wraps it up. I'm not sure how many questions I answered or random facts that I gave, but hopefully it counts up to 50, and if not, it will be reflected in this title how many questions I got right. Thanks for watching. Blake's going to do his next week, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Like us on Instagram at Gents Lounge. Hashtag your pictures. Hashtag Gents Lounge. And thanks for watching, guys.